welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about intentions, setting intentions whilst also allowing that manifestation to come to you, allowing that creation. What is the best way to do that? I'm going to tell you my way, what I do. I don't do it as often as this because I've been doing this a long time, but when I first started out with this, and even sort of a year, 2 years into it probably, I would have felt the need to do a little bit more, and I was doing a little bit more. Not loads, I've never done loads. I have, the first year, far too much, ridiculous. I didn't get on at all with it, but I changed my approach, and this is the approach that I work with. And if it can help you, that's awesome, because what you're probably doing is maybe over intending and then not giving that creation space to come in. You're shutting the door on it, basically. Imagine it's a thing, an entity, and you're shutting the door in its face, saying, no, sorry, not yet, not ready for you yet, not ready for you yet, come back again, come back another time, just not ready yet. Okay, so this will kind of overcome that, should help you to overcome it. So what I suggest you do is choose your best time of the day, the time that you're happiest, the time that you are most chilled. And we all have a favourite time of the day, don't we? My favourite time of the day is about 10 o'clock in the morning, because I've started to really come around then, and if I'm going out to the office I will have a cup of coffee then and I'll sit there for 15 minutes, real lovely peace and quiet, sometimes not thinking about anything, or sometimes just going over what I've got to do in the day, and I just love that time, so I would choose that time. If you are a morning person, you love the really early morning, then that is a good time to do it. If you're not keen on the daytime at all and you just love the evenings when you come home from work, or if you're working from home, if there's a certain point in the day that you really feel relaxed, choose that point of the day, and that is your intention point. Okay, so you're working from that point every single day. But we're talking probably 28 days here, a maximum of 6 weeks. I don't believe in going on and on and on, because when we do it for too long, we start to get obsessive about it and we start to look for it, and then we mix up that vibration. So what we're going to do here is keep that vibration really pure. So we're looking at the point of the day that is good for you, and we're looking at a maximum of 5 minutes work here, and that is your job done, right? Just imagine this for a moment. This is your job. Your job is this. You are trained to do this. Any other job is not yours. If you were to work in marketing, for example, and then you were to decide, I'm going to go and work in ad sales for a day, or I'm going to go and work on reception for a day, you wouldn't know what you were doing, would you? And you'd probably stuff it up. I'm going to work on the switchboard. You'd be putting people through to the wrong numbers. You wouldn't be doing it right. You'd mess up the flow of things. So think of this as your job alone, nothing else. This is what you're going to be specialist in. So you have your quiet time, sit quietly for a few seconds before you start, make yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, however you feel. If I was doing this, I'd have a nice frothy cup of coffee from my Nespresso machine, okay? Sit there quietly. First of all, bring that intention to mind. Whatever it is, bring it to your mind. Feel the strong desire for it. Yeah, I really want this, and you'll feel it, won't you? Naturally, you'll probably feel it. Now give that a bit of a boost. Really feel it. You can give it a boost by thinking of all of the reasons that it's going to enhance your life. What is going to get better in your life for you when you have this? What you don't want to do is put your happiness on it. So what we don't want to think is, I will be happy when, because no, we have to be happy in ourselves. And the way we do that is by knowing that this is all that we can do. This is our job. Once we've done this, we can get on with our day. So you do that, you feel that, those reasons for it, to give that a boost of momentum. Next, take a few seconds break from that. So you've done that bit. You feel as if you would feel if you had it. So imagine that if it's a person telling you that they still love you or something like that, or if it's a job offer, imagine it coming in this moment. How would it feel? You are not looking for your rational brain to believe anything here. All you are looking is to make an impression on your subconscious, and it doesn't know if it's artificial or not. You will know it's artificial. Don't worry about it. You're not lying to yourself. You are just doing an exercise here in order to change your life. That's all you're doing, and it's only taking you 5 minutes. Do that. When you first start doing this, you won't be able to sustain it for longer than 30 seconds or so, but that's fine, absolutely fine. The longer you go on, the more you'll be able to do it. Don't ever do it for longer than 2 minutes. And the reason I say that is because your mind will start to drift and wander, and you will start to mix up that vibration. So we are looking for as pure a vibration as we can possibly find. Do that. Okay, that is it pretty much. You can put on the end of it, now I hand this over to whatever you are, whatever this is, my greater self, my higher self, whatever you want to call it, you hand it over to that. You can do that. I prefer to do that the last time that I do this. So I would suggest that you don't do that then, because if you do that, then you're kind of then going back on that by doing it again and then handing it over again. Well, if you've handed it over once, you don't need to keep doing it. The same as I like the vibration of it is done. And what that means to me is I am done. I am done with this. There's no more that I can do. So I prefer to use that. I do sometimes get the feeling of handed it over. It depends how I feel at the time. I'm not uptight about doing this in any particular way. So do that. And let's say we're doing this for 28 days. Like I've said before, you can go over to 6 weeks, but I wouldn't go over any longer than that, because then you will start to keep feeling that you need to do it. And actually, I would only do this 3, 4, 5 times maximum, and I would only do it when I felt like it. I wouldn't do it day after day after day, but I would have done at the start. It's just that I know that this works, so I don't need to do that. I just enjoy doing the bit of work that I could do it one day and it would work. But I like to do it a little bit more than that. I just like the feeling of it, so I do it as long as I like the feeling of it. So you do that. You set that as your thing that you are going to do for a maximum of 6 weeks, and then that's it. You stop at the end of it when you decide this is the last day that I'm going to do this. So it might be quite a good idea to put it on the calendar. So I've started here, I'm going to finish here, and you get to that last day, and the last feeling that you get is it is done. And you try and see how that feels. If you don't feel anything to start with, just think, okay, I didn't feel anything that time, try it again. If you don't get it on that day, go to the next day. Don't do the whole thing again, but just try and get the it is done. Sort of feel that desire and then the it is done. You may not feel anything huge. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just feel it bang like that and it's a split second and it's gone. So you're not looking for too much here. So don't stress about the feeling. Just whenever you get it and you do find something, don't do it again. That is it done now. You don't want to try and look for that feeling again, because sometimes it slips away and we can't get it again. And then we start panicking. So you don't want that. You are done. Then it's over to whatever this is in order for it to be able to bring this to you in the best possible way for you. The best possible way for you. That saying, I would also chuck that in there. Now, when it's done, it is done. Now, please bring this to me in the best possible way for all concerned, so that nobody gets hurt, all is good for everyone. Because there have been a couple of occasions in the past where I have manifested stuff and a couple of other people have been caught in the crossfire, and it's not hugely, but I don't want that. So by doing this, it tends to rule that out. It tends for you to know that it will come in the best possible way for you. That's it. You are done. Like I said, if you start messing around trying to control the bridge of instance, that's not your job, and you will mess it up, and you might get a bit of partial manifestation, but you might not get the whole thing. It is just your way of allowing. So when you've done that every single morning or whatever time of day you do it, after that, get on with your day as much as you can. Just get on with it. Enjoy other things in life. All of the other things, throw yourself into those, and just enjoy life as much as you can without that always being there in the background. This might allow you to do that. I hope it does. It did for me, so let's hope it does for you too. I'd really like to hear your stories and stuff. If it did work for you and it is working for you and you're feeling good doing it, please do let me know. Okay, that's it. I'm an author, I'm a writer, I've written 4 books. My next video is going to be on attachment, and I have written a book called Degrees of Attachment, and that's listed below. That's available on Amazon. I think that one's $2.99. So yeah, take a look at that. Like I said, I have written more books, but they are all listed below. I have a members area on my website where you also get one-to-one coaching support from me, as well as modules, as well as a members hub and all different stuff in there. That's £5 a month. I do offer Zoom coaching. I am booked up until the 2nd week in May now, but by all means do drop me a line and ask me what availability I have. £75 if you're a non-member, £65 if you're a member. Lasts about an hour. I say it's an hour, but if it can go over half an hour, it's not a problem. We stop when we're finished, okay? No extra charge for that. My son has a law of attraction channel called Harrison, and that's Harrison Ellis, and at the moment that's all specific person based, but he has a ton of positive energy. He's really enjoying that and really getting some great successes for people, which is cool. And that's it. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then I'd love for you to do that. If not, I just hope that you got something useful from this content.